I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'd banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public, like a frog. To tell one's name the livelong day to an admiring bog. Several of nature's people I know, and they know me. I feel for them a transport of cordiality, but never met this fellow attended or alone, without a tighter breathing and zero at the bone. Words are my life. I look at words as if they were entities, sacred beings. There are words to which I lift my hat when I see them sitting on the page. Sometimes I write one. Circumference. And I look at its outlines until it starts to glow brighter than any sapphire. I hesitate which word to take when I write a poem. A poet can choose but a few words, but they must be the chiefest words, the best words. A word is dead when it is said, some say. I say it just begins to live that day. We have an Irish girl who's been with us for a long time, and I was here yesterday at tea. And she asked me how to spell genius. Why do you ask, Maggie? No, just leave the tray, dear. Oh, writing to your brother. I see. And whom are you describing? Me? Oh, Maggie. Well, I guess I better spell it for you. G-E-N-I-U-S. Genius. Oh, don't ask me that. I don't know what it means. No one knows that, Maggie. No one. Thank you, dear. Perhaps no one will ever read my poems. They seem to me like an undelivered letter lost in transit. Destiny is strange. Going to be famous. If fame belonged to me, I couldn't escape her. If she didn't, the longest day would pass me on the chase, and the approbation of my dog would forsake me then. My barefoot rank is better. I understand another poet met with the same disappointing reception from Mr. Higginson. But he didn't give up as I did. Here, he got his poems published somehow, and his book has been through 9 editions already. Professor Higginson says his poems are absolutely scandalous and should be plowed under. His name? Walt Whitman. Do you know that every one of you is to me a poem? You and you and you. Each one a rare creation. I suppose that's why I love you and you love me, whether we realize it or not. Good afternoon, Tutor Crowell. You want us to take all our copies and cross out the questionable passages? What do you mean, questionable, Mr. Crowell? Decency? Well, what good is crossing them out going to do? I've already read them, and so has Abby and Jenny. Haven't you, girls? Anyway, how do we dare edit Shakespeare, Mr. Crowell? Well, I disagree. In Hamlet it says, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Besides, I don't want marks in my book. All right. You boys do as you like. But we girls don't think there's anything wicked in Shakespeare. And if there is, we don't want to know about it. We shall read everything, Mr. Crowell. Naughty words and all. Come on, girls. But, Father, I thought you were asleep. 2 o'clock? Is it that late? Well, yes, Father. I know you have a rule about early rising, but I haven't missed one morning, have I? Well, I was writing. Yes. Good night, Father. Just a poem, Father. Now? Out loud? To make a prairie, Father. To make a prairie, it takes a clover and one bee, 1 clover and a bee, and reverie. The reverie alone will do, if bees are few. Another one? Yes, Father, I do. Excuse me, I keep my finished ones in here. I tie my hat, I crease my shawl. Life's little duties due precisely, where the very least were infinite to me. I put new blossoms in the glass and throw the old away. I push a petal from my gown that anchored there. I weigh the time 'twill be till 6 o'clock. I have so much to do. And yet existence, some way back, stopped, struck my ticking through. Therefore we do life's labor, though life's reward be done, with scrupulous exactness to hold our senses on. So let us keep fast hold of hands, please, that when the birds begin, none of us be missing. The name they dropped upon my face with water in the country church, Emily Elizabeth, is finished using now. And they can put it with my dolls, my childhood, and the string of spools I've finished threading. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality.